Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Tech Sports Report. I am your host, Adam Stanek, filling in for Matt Jenkins this week. Today we'll be looking forward to all the latest Arkansas Tech athletic events. Later in the show, we'll have on Golden Suns softball assistant coach Josh Bertke to talk about the season and what we can expect out of the Golden Suns this year after coming off a program best season in 2016. We'll begin this week's show by looking back at the Golden Suns basketball team and the strong weekend that they had. The Suns hosted Henderson State for Military Appreciation Night last Thursday night in Tucker Coliseum as both teams were battling for second place in the GAC. Arkansas Tech trailed for much of the first half, but got a strong finish from Kelsey McClure on this shot with 3 seconds left in the first quarter to cut the deficit to 21-15. We skip ahead to the third quarter as Anissa Pounds drains this three-pointer from the wing to put Tech up 44-43, and on the very next possession, Pounds finds Kylie Ladd for another three-pointer to jump ahead 47-43. After stretching the lead to as much as 9, Henderson State fought back to tie it up in the fourth quarter when Cheyenne North finds Callie White in the corner and hits this huge three-pointer to retake a 62-59 lead with just under 3 minutes to go. In a two-possession ball game with 39 seconds left, Kelsey McClure makes a nice move here and dishes it to Danielle Frazier to put the icing on the cake in this one, making it 66-59. Tech held on to win this one by a final score of 68-62. North ended up having a big game for the Suns with a double-double, recording 15 points and 17 rebounds to go with 4 assists and 3 blocked shots. Frazier, McClure, and Pounds each also finished the game with 14 points apiece. The Golden Suns would then travel to Arkansas Monticello to start a 3-game road swing. We pick things up in the first quarter as a cutting Pounds lays it in to put the Suns up 8-3. Later in the quarter, McClure makes a nice behind-the-back move to the basket and finds North for the layup, Tech up 18-9. On the very next play, McClure leads a nice fast break and finds Ryan Goodsell to make it 20-9 Suns lead. We fast forward to the third quarter with time winding down. White buries this three-pointer to give the Suns a 67-33 lead going into the fourth. In the fourth quarter, White put the cherry on the sundae with this three-point bomb to make it a 76-49 game. The Golden Suns went on to win this one by a final score of 82-57. 5 players scored in double figures, led by Danielle Frazier, who finished with 14 points on 6 of 10 shooting with 8 rebounds. McClure also finished with 13 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and Brianna Williams came off the bench to chip in with 13 points and 4 assists. We now turn things over to the men's team as they are coming off a remarkable weekend with 2 big wins. The Wonder Boys hosted Henderson State last Thursday in Tucker Coliseum and started out hot out of the gate. We picked things up midway through the first half as Freddie Lee drives and dishes to Brandon Williams for the slam dunk. That would put Tech ahead 23-15. With time winding down late in the half, Grant Prusader drains this fadeaway three with 3 seconds left to send the Wonder Boys into halftime with a 44-31 lead. We move ahead to the second half where Justin Graham finds Alex Brown at the top of the key and he drives to flush home the dunk, giving the Wonder Boys a 55-40 lead. To the very next possession, some nice ball movement by the Wonder Boys here led to another open three by Prusader to make it a 58-40 ball game. However, Prusader was not done. With 8:04 left in the half, Lee finds Prusader on the wing for his 6th three-pointer of the game to give Arkansas Tech a 73-50 lead. Henderson State rallied a bit in the last 5 minutes, but Arkansas Tech still held on to win this one 83-69. Prusader poured in a career-best 24 points on 8 of 11 from the field and 6 of 9 from the three-point arc. Montrell Williams added 13 points, Justin Graham and Benny LaFille each added 10 points apiece, and Freddie Lee just missed a double-double with 8 points and 9 assists. On Saturday, the Wonder Boys had a tough matchup against undefeated Arkansas Monticello. Tech trailed early, but this three-pointer by Lee cut the first half deficit to 23-17. After trailing by as much as 23 in the second half, the Wonder Boys put together a massive rally. Lee finds Lufiel on the slam dunk, cutting the deficit to 5. A few plays later, the Wonder Boys took their first lead on this driving layup by Graham to make it 80-79 with 4 minutes to go. On the Wonder Boys' next possession, Brown drains this step-back three to stretch the lead to 83-79. Arkansas Monticello had the opportunity to tie the game up with .7 seconds left, but they missed the free throw, and Arkansas Tech came away with the victory in dramatic fashion, winning this one by a final score of 91-90. It was the 16th ranked Boll Weevils' first loss of the season, and the Wonder Boys put together a 34-10 run over a 10-minute stretch in the second half to get back into the ball game. Lee led 3 Wonder Boys with 19 points as he recorded his first career double-double with 11 assists to go with those 19 points. Brown was the second Wonder Boy with 19 points as he shot 7 of 11 from the field and 5 of 6 from the three-point arc. Graham was the third Tech player with 19 points, also making 7 of 11 shots to go with 4 assists and 3 steals. A couple weeks ago, the Great American Conference revealed its preseason softball coaches poll, and the Golden Suns this year were predicted to finish second. The Golden Suns received 112 votes and 4 first-place votes, finishing just 4 votes and 3 first-place votes behind Southern Arkansas. In the NFCA rankings that came out yesterday, the Suns were also ranked 11th nationally. The Suns are coming off a remarkable 2016 campaign as they finished the year with a 49-11 record and a 34-6 mark in conference play to win the GAC regular season championship. The Suns also hosted both the NCAA Central Regional, winning it in dramatic fashion over Minnesota State and Upper Iowa, before falling to Southern Arkansas in the Super Regional. The Golden Suns bring back quite a few of their key contributors from last season, most importantly All-American pitcher Jalissa Gum, who finished her 2016 season with the lowest earned run average in all 3 NCAA divisions with a 0.60 ERA and a 22-4 record. Gum is also the Suns' best returning hitter after batting .369 last season with a team-leading .659 slugging percentage with 16 doubles, 3 triples, and 10 home runs. Arkansas Tech also returns all-conference second-team pitcher Morgan Vaughn, who went 15-1 with a 2.11 ERA, and all-second-team shortstop Sarah Coronado, who batted .315 for the season and provided some strong defense in the field. The Golden Suns are set to open this season with 3 road tournaments, beginning with the Southeastern Shootout on February 3rd and 4th. The Suns will open the tournament against Central Missouri and Emporia State on the 3rd, and finish up the tournament against St. Mary's and Midwestern State on the 4th. We'll now take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have Golden Suns softball assistant coach Josh Bertke joining us on set. We'll be right back.
I knew I'd follow my heart into the Arkansas Tech nursing program, but I didn't know I'd fall in love with the campus.
I knew I would check out international business, but I didn't know I could check out a mountain bike.
I knew Tech had plenty of degrees that matched my interest,
but I didn't know I wanted to study pre-med.
Or pre-law.
I knew Arkansas Tech had an impressive history,
but I didn't know that my professors would look out for my future.
Tech has one of the highest graduation rates in the state. Come take a tour of campus and discover what else you don't know about Tech.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And welcome back here to the Tech Sports Report. I'm Adam Stanek, and along with me here today is Golden Suns softball assistant coach Josh Bertke. Josh, how are you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
Josh, you guys are coming off a remarkable season last year. You're starting up the season this year. You were 49-11 last year. You won the Great American Conference, won the regional. Can you tell me about some of the expectations you have this year coming off a year like that?
Yeah, the big one is get back to where we were and advance even further. You know, winning the conference, the regular season last year, hosting the regional and the super regional. You know, this year we want to do that again. We want to host both again, and this year we want to make it to Salem. That's our big goal. That's what we've been telling the girls all fall and this far in the spring. But yeah, the big goal right now is just to make it to Salem. You know, we've been working on some little things to have milestones in there throughout the season. You know, winning game one is always important. Being the regular season conference champs again, putting another ring on the finger, and then the regional, super regional, and just getting to Salem.
Well, speaking of going to Salem, it seems like you're going to have a sort of roster that could do it. You're bringing back an All-American pitcher in Jalissa Gum. Had the lowest earned run average in all NCAA divisions with a 0.60 ERA. Also bring back all-conference pitcher Morgan Vaughn and shortstop Sarah Coronado and some other veterans as well. Can you tell me about some of these players that you have coming back?
Yeah, absolutely. It always helps to have Jalissa and Morgan on the mound. I mean, when you've got two good arms, I mean, we've almost got two number ones that we can put in the circle, and they're going to give us a chance to win every game. You know, Sarah had a great year as a freshman shortstop last year for us. Janie Knowles behind the plate was a huge asset for us last year. I mean, first year ever catching. Had a great season behind the plate offensively, and then defensively she was fantastic. So I mean, those two stick out, and then we've got a couple other girls coming back that they're going to be some impact players, and then some freshmen who are coming in as well who are going to play.
Speaking of the freshmen, it seems like that's the staple of the program the last few years. A very young team again. Mm-hmm. Only 2 seniors. You got 5 new freshmen and a junior transfer. Can you tell me about some of these newcomers coming in and the sort of impact they're going to have on the team?
Yeah. You know, we've got some freshmen who are going to walk in and play right away. You know, Kara Toller, left-handed pitcher, outfielder. She's going to see some playing time this year. Ashton Sangster. She's a kind of utility infielder, outfielder. I see her getting some playing time this year, and you know, a couple handful other ones. Alex Bollinger is a junior college transfer. She's going to come in and be able to help us right away, and then just some other freshmen who are coming in. You know, Maddie Withrow, and then Ashley Landry. Going to be able to do great things for us. We're super excited to have all those freshmen here and see what they can do, and you know, build the culture for the future.
I know we just found out today that the national rankings came out. You guys are ranked 11th. With this being such a young team, but having the spotlight on them before, do you think this will be? Do you think that's going to bring some pressure to the team, or do you think they're used to it by now?
The returners are going to be used to it. It's going to be interesting to see how the freshmen handle that for the first 2 weekends. You know, we did the same thing last year, starting so many freshmen, and we're going to have that same luxury this year, having a lot of young girls who can get in there and get the work done, but they're going to be tested early, and you know, that's what we want. We want to be tested before we get into our conference play, just because our conference is so tough. You know, so if we can play some good talent early, kind of get that under their belt a little bit, get them used to the fire, and then come conference play, it's going to be a walk in the park, hopefully, for them to get out there and step and play with some of the best competition in the country in our conference.
And it seems like you're going to be seeing some of that tough competition early on in the season. We just talked about before coming on the show how you're going to be facing 3 ranked teams coming into the season in preseason tournaments. But the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was the amount of community service that you guys have put in, because it's eye-opening at just how much community service that this team has put in. You're one of the leaders in Division II, and all of the nation really, in all of NCAA divisions in community service hours. Can you tell me the sort of impact that's had on the players going out and putting in all those hours?
Yeah, you know, myself and Coach McSweeney mainly, I mean, she's a huge proponent of getting into the community. You yes, they're here to play softball. That's why they're here, but they're here more from a life perspective as well. So if we can integrate them into the community and kind of teach them some of those lessons that they can learn through community service and help some people out along the way. I mean, and the girls like doing it. The girls like helping people. It just shows kind of their character and where they're at in their head and stuff like that. So, I mean, the girls really have a great attitude about it. They love doing it. They love getting out into the community. They love the fan base that it brings us, because the more connections that we can make with people in public, the bigger crowds that we're going to have at our game. And if I can say anything about our girls, they love the big crowds. They love the spotlight. They love having a lot of people there. They love the pressure. So, I mean, that's kind of something that they really enjoy doing is they love getting out. They love meeting new people. They like building relationships with the community. And that really helps them in life and from a softball perspective.
And I'm sure we're all looking forward to the big crowds here on the berm here this spring.
Absolutely.
Thanks again so much, Josh,
Thanks,
for being here. We will now take a short break, and when we come back, we'll be previewing the upcoming events in Arkansas Tech Athletics. We'll be right back.
Are you a Tech sports fan? Then it's time for you to get rewarded with the Fight On Rewards app. Check into Tech athletic events to earn points and redeem for awesome prizes. You can also interact on social media, fan polls, and post pictures through our fan cam. The app is now available for free through the App Store or the Google Play Store. Looking to get the inside stories of Arkansas Tech athletics? Then be sure to subscribe to Tech Talk, the official podcast of Arkansas Tech Sports. Available for free right now on iTunes.
And welcome back to the Tech Sports Report. Again, we'd like to thank Golden Suns assistant softball coach Josh Bertke for joining us on set today. We were supposed to have Coach McSweeney today, but unfortunately she couldn't join us this week. But at any rate, we'll now move on with the show as we look forward to the Fight On Rewards Fan Poll Question of the Week, brought to you by Superfan U. This week, our fan poll question is: last year, Jalissa Gum pitched 3 complete game shutouts in the Central Regional to propel the Golden Suns to their first ever softball regional title. How many shutout innings did Gum pitch in that tournament? Was it A, 21, B, 23, C, 25, or D, 28? Remember, you can answer this question on the Fight On Rewards app, available for free from the App Store on Apple devices or the Google Play Store on Android devices. And now we'll take a look ahead at what's upcoming in Arkansas Tech athletics. The Golden Suns and Wonder Boys basketball teams will be back on the road this week as they begin the second half of the conference season. The Suns will be playing Northwestern Oklahoma tonight at the Percival Fieldhouse in Alva, Oklahoma. That game is scheduled to tip off at 5:30 p.m. And then the Wonder Boys will face the Rangers immediately following that game. The men's game is slated to tip off at 7:30 p.m. And remember, you can get live video, audio, and stats for those 2 games at ArkansasTechSports.com. The teams will then travel to Weatherford, Oklahoma to take on Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs at the Pioneer Cellular Event Center. The women's game is scheduled for an 11 a.m. tip-off. The men's game will follow suit as Arkansas Tech and Southwestern Oklahoma is slated for a 1 p.m. tip-off. Again, you can get more live video, audio, and stats available for free at ArkansasTechSports.com for these 2 games. And with that, we've reached the end of this week's show. Again, be sure to join us next week as we'll have on Wonder Boys baseball coach Dave Dawson to preview the 2017 baseball season, as the Wonder Boys will open the season next weekend at St. Mary's. And next week, we'll also have more recaps and highlights of the Wonder Boys and Golden Suns basketball games out at Northwestern and Southwestern Oklahoma. Thank you for joining us this week, and we'll see you next week here on the Tech Sports Report.